And you, yeah, minimize me.
All right, well, welcome. Thank you for being here. We're excited to share with y'all about who we are and what's going on. So my name is Andrea Smith, and I am the Senior Coordinator of the Tutoring and Learning Center. And this is my colleague.
And I am Samantha Gibich. I am the SI coordinator.
So again, welcome. And so today we're going to talk about our department and what the services we have to offer and the way we function and all those good things. So do you want to go to the next slide? So just kidding, 1 second. Oh, you may have to do that. Just up and down like that. That's okay.
Okay, sorry.
That's all right. So first of all, the Tutoring and Learning Center, we are comprised of how we describe it is we're 3 different rooms in the same house. So we are the Tutoring Center, we are supplemental instruction, and we are also the testing center. Now the testing center is actually housed in the math building on the 2nd floor, and then both tutoring and SI are in the downstairs, downstairs in the library. And so with tutoring, we're just going to go through this. So with our tutors, all of our tutors and supplemental instruction leaders are students. And so part of the requirements and even to the prerequisites to even to be employed with us is that you do have to be a student, you do have to have a cumulative GPA of 3.0 or higher, and you have to have taken the class and made an A in it. Some courses we will accept a B, but predominantly for the most part, our tutors and SIs have made an A in the class and have a relatively high GPA. Additional skills that we look for are interpersonal skills. And so that's a big fancy word that just means that they're not going to be a meanie. They're going to be nice. They're going to make you feel welcome. They're not going to make you feel silly. In fact, one of our core beliefs is that we want you to get it wrong with us so that we can help you learn how to get it right so that when it counts for a quiz or an exam or a grade, you know how to do it right because you've already practiced it and gotten it wrong with us. And so in that interpersonal skills, they're not going to make you feel silly or like, what's wrong with you? Why don't you know this material? As students, we have all been there. We each have different things that we may be really good in this area and really have to work a little bit harder in this area. And we all have been there and understand that. And they approach tutoring with that type of empathy. Tutors do receive at least 10 hours of training per semester. We are a certified tutoring center with College Reading Language Association. And so our tutors do receive 10 hours of training each semester. And then in our tutoring sessions, they are in hour-long blocks. And so to keep it on a smaller scale, there can be up to just 3. You may have a one-on-one, there may be 2 people, there may be 3 people, but there won't ever be more than 3 people in your session. And then sessions are scheduled in 1-hour increments. So sessions take place in the library. Students do meet their tutors in our office just so that we can make sure that they connect with the right tutor for the right subject. And but then they are able to go anywhere in the library. Now, a lot of times they do opt to stay in the common area that's closest to our office, but they are welcome to go anywhere on any floor of the library. We do ask that in-person appointments stay in the library just for safety purposes. We are an appointment-based only tutoring center on the Stephenville campus. We do also, it's important to note that we do also have tutors on the Fort Worth campus. And they can do both in-person and online, as well as our Stephenville tutors can do in-person and online as well. So we're appointment only based upon tutor availability during the library's operating hours. So what that means, sometimes the library is open a little bit later than what we allow our tutors to go. So during the weekday, tutor can start as early as 8 a.m. and it can go as late as 10 p.m. We do cut it off at 10 p.m. because we want to help protect our tutors' sleep. Then on the weekends, tutors can, but they do not have to tutor on the weekends. And those hours are from noon, on Saturday from noon to 6, and then on Sunday from noon to 10. And then a little bit later in our chat, we're gonna go to our website. So our director, Melissa Eubank, is on top of our website, and she keeps it up to date. And so we're gonna go to our website, and then we're just gonna just go through it so that you can see all the resources that are available on there. A couple of other things I want to mention about tutoring. So in order to set up an appointment, you can call us, you can email us, you can stop by our office. We will do whatever just short of a smoke signal to help make a tutoring appointment for you. So, and again, those can be online or in person, whatever works best for you. And again, we do have tutors on the Fort Worth campus, and so that we can serve, really, we could serve any campus or online student or any Tarleton campus, as long as they are enrolled in a class that we have a tutor for, and we're happy to help in that way. Then I'm going to pass it on to Ms. Gibich.
Okay, so with supplemental instruction, sorry, I'll try not to stand in front of the screen. So with supplemental instruction, it is roughly the same with tutoring of the requirements for students to be hired. So their academic achievements for that is the cumulative. I can't get it out today. Sorry. Okay, your GPA of a 3.0 and making an A in the class. Sorry about that. So with supplemental instruction, this is more peer-to-peer interaction. And this is going to be that the SI leader themselves is re-attending the class with the students. And so they are sitting in, getting more notes, getting more information, just like everyone else in the class. But then they are going to host 1-hour sessions twice a week for those students. And so before I get off on everything, sorry. So the session is more of a how to learn and what to learn basis. So the SI leader is not there to re-lecture or to reteach the material that the professor did. They're there to help the student in understanding it in a better way, creating the fun interactive games, giving them the more, again, the peer-to-peer level rather than a professor to student level. And so with that, then they, like I said, they can play games, they have interaction of like worksheets, those types of activities. And then, sorry, I'm going off of my bullet points here. Let me switch to the next.
Sure, let me help you out.
Okay. So with these sessions in the, the classroom instruction, so is they free and informal. So again, it's not as formal as like a lecture would be. And then the SIs, so they have a preset schedule. So like I said, they host 2 1-hour sessions a week, and then they will host a 2-hour test prep before a test is coming up. And so the SI sets kind of their schedule with what works best with the class, because a survey was sent out to everyone who was enrolled in that class, and whatever feedback that they got about days and times, they took that in consideration and what fit with their schedule. So then they created their times and days of whenever they would host sessions. And so with these sessions, that means that it's open to anyone who is enrolled in that course. So that means that the sessions could vary in size. You know, maybe one day on Tuesday at 5, not a lot of people can show up, but on Thursday to a session at 5, 40 people show up to the session. So it can range. Typically our SIs have said kind of maybe the smallest they've had is about 5. And then it could go large, especially for like test preps. They're saying there's 40, 50 people sitting in that session. And then from that, to find out like when sessions are, where they are, because they're located in all different types of buildings across campus, you can look at the SI Leader website. So if you go, and we'll explain a little here in a second, of going to our TLC website, and then each of our SI leaders have their own websites themselves, so that then they can update with worksheets that they did during the sessions or activities. reminders, and then even just posting their dates and kind of general information for their session. I'm trying to think, I'm sorry, I went off script of what I was covering, so I want to make sure I covered everything. Andrea, do you have anything to add to that?
Yes, so I want to make a few key points. I want to make sure that it's known that all of our tutoring and supplemental instruction services are at no cost. There is no zero zip, none, nada cost to our services. So we just want to make that known. Also, we want to invite students to be a part of both. They are more than welcome and invited to attend both SI and tutoring. They don't have to choose one or the other. They are welcome and invited to be a part of both. Whatever works best for them and formatting and time and day that works best for them, they are welcome to do. Also, I want to put out there that it is relatively common in our department, something that we have experienced is often we have a turnaround of people we have tutored or people we have SI. They in time end up applying and become tutors or SIs themselves. So that is certainly an opportunity. And we throughout the semester hire both tutors and SIs. And if you happen to be a graduate student that is watching this, we hired graduate assistants as well. So, and we will look at that on our website. We can show you where to apply and all of those things. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Okay, so we're going to shift to looking at our website and helping you understand, well, one, just how to find it, and two, I'm going to stop sharing for a second, and then how to navigate it. Thank you. Thank you. All right, so here. Okay, now I'm going to go back to sometimes it doesn't work well. Let's go to this. There we go. Okay, I'm going to share again. So zip that for a second, and then okay, so on the Tarleton website, it's just tarleton.edu. You can click on this magnifying glass, and in the search bar, it's really handy. We are just TLC, or Tutoring and Learning Center, and you can just put in TLC, and we are going to be the first thing that pops up. So we are Tutoring and Learning Center. And then on our home page, you can see the application location. So if you are interested in being an SI, you can just click on this SI job application. Or if you're interested in being a tutor, you can click on the tutor job application. One thing to note is that we do have students who are both. You can be both an SI and a tutor if that's something you're interested in.
Are they limited to 20 hours?
Yes, all student workers at Tarleton are capped at 20 hours. But in that 20 hours, you are able to do both jobs. Great question. Okay, so again, this is just our home page. So I'm going to go to the tutoring tab, and under this courses tutored, our director, Ms. Eubank, updates this every semester. So this is always available to you to go to courses tutored, and it will tell you every single course that we have tutors for. So accounting, agriculture, economics, agriculture, animal science, biology, business, chemistry, COBA classes. I know it's not COBA anymore, it's COB. So, but they are still some referred to as COBA. Communication classes, computer science, economics, engineering, English, finance, geology, government, history, home economics, mathematics, music, physics, Spanish, university studies, wildlife sustainability, and ecosystem sciences. So we have a little bit of a whole lot of things. So if you're ever wondering, do they tutor for a class that I'm in, you can always go to our website. I would note this, if by chance you don't see the class that you're in on this list, go ahead and call us or email us or stop by, because we can do a couple of things. If there's a class that we don't have a tutor for, but there's maybe a specific piece of that class, you're like, I have 90%, I understand 90% of this class. It's this one piece of this class that I'm just not getting. We may be able to partner you with someone who can help you understand that piece. The second thing we do is we log every inquiry for a tutor. So if there is a course that receives multiple requests, then we will intentionally search out and recruit tutors for that specific subject. So even if you don't see your subject on this list, please go ahead and call us, email us, stop by, so that we can see what we can do to help you. So that's one thing on here. And then again, I just want to mention that we do have our tutors on the Fort Worth campus. They do specialize in writing and accounting. So, and with accounting, they can do some business classes. And so we can help you with that. If you happen to be a Fort Worth student, or if you're an online student, or even if you're a Waco campus, if you are enrolled at Tarleton at all in a class that we have a tutor for, it does not matter what your main campus is, or if you're an online student, we will be happy to help you and serve you. Okay, and then I'm going to switch it over to supplemental instruction. Gibich, do you want to take over?
Okay, so within the website, again, just come up to the top, you'll see supplemental instruction, and then you'll just come up to courses supported by SIs. And so this is where you're going to find a lot of our information. So if you scroll down, you'll see the courses that are offered. And then you will see the leaders, their session times, and their web links. And so we have animal science, biology, chemistry, economics, home economics, mathematics, nursing, psychology, physics. And so we are still currently, like we had said, we mentioned with if anyone's interested in SI, if we don't offer SI for that class, still reach out to us, because it's something that we can look into. And then from there, if we don't have it, then we can also refer you to tutoring, since we're basically neighbors. So within the website, for instance, let's use this student as an example. So they have their name, they have their session time and where, and then their name is in purple, and you'll just click on that, and that brings you up to their website. And so within each SI's website, they have fun pictures and stuff like that, but they also like have announcements. They have remind, or like a group me, so then they can send out messages. They have their session times of when it will be, and they have games that they link, a Zoom link if it's optional. Like if you're not able to attend the session in person, there is a chance for Zoom. Just make sure you let the SI leader know ahead of time. And then like any extra helpful links that they might have, a little bit about themselves. And so each website, each student designed themselves. And so they decided, how they wanted their setup, but most of them are going to have all of that information posted. I'm sorry, I'm trying at the same time to get us back to where we were.
You can hold that down and you can split it. Oh, just close it up there. Okay, so then so back to our homepage for SI. The biggest thing here is that you can see the sessions. You can see their websites. For instance, I know like right now there's not a link here. There will be a link, and so we'll be updating it as well. So yeah.
Can a student just attend sessions when they need it, or do they have to attend all of them?
So students can attend at any point. If they want to go one day and not the next, that's perfectly fine. If they only want to go to test preps, that's perfectly fine as well. So with SI, it's not by appointment, it's anyone can show whenever the session is being held. And then typically, sorry for going back to our PowerPoint earlier, typically for SIs, their sessions are held between 4 and 8. Because they are in different buildings and we don't want anyone to go past 8, you know, whenever it gets dark and walking around. So sessions won't go past 8 o'clock. They can start, and we do not do sessions on Fridays, that is correct. So sessions are only held Monday through Thursdays. And then from about 4 to 8, and it could, you know, vary, like some of them start at 5:30 to go to 6:30. So it's not always on the hour, so it might be a half hour. So any other questions on the webpage?
I had no idea that y'all had that many classes offered. That's awesome. Let's go back to the PowerPoints. Thank you, just perfect. And then let's go to the class.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. Can you just say? So yeah, we just wanted to put our information up so that you can see it. And again, I want to reiterate, if we can be of any help, even if we can't, even if our department doesn't provide that service, all of our office help are students here. So we are quite, I would humbly say we're quite knowledgeable on the resources that are available. So if our department doesn't provide that service, we will do our best to help guide you to the department or the location that does provide that service. So you're not just like, oh, well, we don't help, bye. So we're not gonna treat you that way. So if we can be of any help, please feel free to stop by. Again, email us, give us a call, and we will be happy to help you. Granted, I acknowledge my bias, but I think we're a pretty friendly bunch, and you will be most welcome in our offices in any way we can help. So again, thank you for coming, and we hope this was helpful. Okay. Yes.
That's how I haven't used it. That's good.